Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host Jay. I'm here with my co-host Micah
Hey,
and Terrence.
Sorry. What's up? Why the fuck do you look like that?
God, Joe, this nigga annoys me, yo. He annoys me because he don't know how numbers work. He annoys me, yo.
We are back. Tiara is unfortunately not in this
shit.
episode, but we are back with episode 250, Hustle and Flow. Of course, this is the movie Micah chose, and don't try to lie away. Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Hey,
you did.
who actually chose this movie?
He
It wasn't
did.
like-
He literally did.
No, who do you think chose it? Who do you think chose it?
No, I gave options.
I
You were like,
wasn't there. I have
hustle.
no idea.
No, don't.
Exactly.
Look, what did we
You gonna
discuss?
trust-
What did we
You
discuss before
you
the
gonna
show?
trust the mean one or the two-faced one? Who you gonna
Right.
trust?
All right, thank you. Thank you. We all have our roles to play on this show. This, of course, is the 2005 American drama film written and directed by Craig Brewer and produced by the late, great John Singleton. Starring Terrence Howard, Anthony Anderson, Taryn Manning, Taraji P. Henson, Paula Jai Parker, DJ Qualls, and Ludacris. So the movie is about what I would argue is an aging pimp / drug dealer who has delusions of grandeur in wanting to become a rap artist. And he is in Memphis, Tennessee. I had not seen this movie. I got to tell you, I was highly skeptical of this film. I saw the only clip I've ever seen of that movie is the Whoop That Trick clip. And I was like, I'm good. I don't really need to see this. It's not for me. I got to tell you, I was pleasantly surprised. I actually enjoyed the movie. The characters I thought did a pretty good, or the actors did a pretty good job with the characters. I thought it was written pretty well. It took a wild twist at the end that I was kind of expecting to some degree, but then it kind of ends on like this like hopeful, I guess is the right word you could use, scenario. But I liked it. I enjoyed Terrence Howard in this role. I'm not a huge Terrence Howard fan, but I did enjoy him in this. I thought everybody was pretty enjoyable. Yeah, this actually surprised me. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. Micah.
Look, this movie's got a lot going against it. It stars Terrence Howard, he's a fine actor, right? But he
And
annoys me
mathematician. He's a mathematician.
because he does shut up, because he doesn't know how basic mathematics works. And I'm never going to get over it.
He opened the flower of life, Micah. Like, come on.
Like, I don't know why you act like that didn't happen.
No,
He figured it out.
I'm
Whatever
never
the
gonna
fuck
get
that
over
is.
it. I'm never gonna I joke, like I half joke about Morris Chestnut. Nah, yo, like Terrence Howard really annoys me. Ever since y'all told me about that thing about his views on math way back when we did that Jessica Williams movie. He annoys me. So it's got him in it. He's a fine actor. He annoys me. It's a movie about a pimp. Look, as we have established, I'll just speak for myself. I'm not a real nigga, so I don't gravitate towards like real nigga shit, like pimping women. Apparently, it's about music, which okay, that's cool. I like music, but I don't like music that has like lyrics. So, all right. And
Yo, this nigga's weird.
it's music and it's rap. I like rap, right? But it's rap that I don't like. It's a movie about rap that I don't like.
Yeah. I agree
So
with
there's
that.
a lot going against this movie. So let me be 100% like completely honest. This is the most fair assessment I can be. The movie's not bad. It's not. It's a decent movie. It's too long. More on that later. It's too long.
It is too long. I agree with that.
Okay. But it does have some interesting moments. But the most interesting thing about the movie could literally be done in any movie or documentary. The most interesting part about this movie is how people come up with music. That I think is interesting to see. and it does it. The home studio sections in this movie were the best part for me. But everything around it, it's just like, all right, I'm just watching somebody that I don't care for do shit that I don't care for, and with people that I don't care for. So the movie's fine. I have bias. The movie's fine.
You can't trust anything he says. Anyway, go ahead, Terrence.
You really can't.
Right.
Two-faced.
I actually saw this in the movie theater when it came out, fucking 18 years ago. That's a long fucking time ago. God damn. And I don't remember how I felt about it coming out of the movie theater. I thought it was fine, I guess. And I've seen it. This is the third time I've ever seen the movie. Terrence Howard is a very good actor. Very good. Like, I give him credit. He's a very good actor. Like you said, music wise, not a huge fan of like Southern rap. I'm just not. I'm from New York. I like once they got a hold of it, like the simplistic lyrics.
Old.
It was
We're old. Yeah, we're old. Like we're old.
But no, this was in like early to like it was like in the
Look, I'm just trying to get myself an out
This
from
was-
the comments. I'm old.
teenage. We were in our 20s. So what?
Yeah, we were 20 years ago.
You know, it was 20. Right, it was fucking 20 years ago when this came
I'm
out.
old.
And even then, I'm like, yo, the lyrics became super simplistic, but it was just like, just to get you hype in the club to like fight niggas, I guess. I don't know. Which I should have been liked a lot. Like I'm more of an MOP, like Annie F nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna play a song, that's what I'm gonna play to try to knock a nigga head off. But
Fair enough.
the story is very simplistic. It doesn't do anything special. The writing is odd. I don't know if I like this movie. Like I like rewatching it. I don't know how. I'm not that huge a fan of it. Like I was rewatching it. I'm like, it took me a while to get through it. It took me like 4 hours to get through it because I was just bored. I've seen it before. I remembered all the beats. Not the music, but like just the beats, the
beats,
the
the
movie
story.
beats.
Right.
And I'm just like, I can't bring myself to give a fuck. Fucking Taraji P. Henson has this perpetual just sad face through the entire movie. I'm like, yo, can you crack one smile, please?
Wow, telling a
Please.
woman to smile more. Good.
Yeah, they're like, please,
what a great
yo.
review.
Like, I understand. Just smile. Yeah, you look prettier that way. I understand her situation, but god damn, yo, it was just like,
That's a wild
all
story.
right, okay. Taryn Manning, you know, she's fine. Last time I heard her, she was talking about eating a nigga ass on fucking Instagram or some shit like that. She didn't look
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like that's a true story.
No, she like legitimately is nuts now.
I think she's got some issues. But that was very strange. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess as I've gotten older, like I think the simplicity of it and just like just the story in and of itself, I'm just like, and he's a pimp. I don't like that shit. Like I wanted to throw that nigga down a hill through and they hammered that shit on the head that he's a pimp and like pimps talk a bunch of bullshit. And they just kept hammering that home. Like, all right, nigga, we get it. Yeah, we can slick talk anybody. It's fine. Whatever. Cool. Please.
Right.
Please. Next scene. And it is too long. But all that being said, it's a fine movie. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it, like movie-wise. It's just, It's no longer my cup of tea.
Okay, that's fair.
I was just over it. I was over it. Like I looked at the clock. I'm like, yo, there's an hour and 10 minutes left. God damn, yo. Like, why is it so long? It feels longer than it is. Also,
I think
the movie's only 2 hours, and it
drags.
It drags in parts. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it does. Look, the thing that I was surprised the most about is I thought that this was going to be taken. I just thought the entire story was going to be taken much lighter than it was. I was actually kind of surprised in how serious certain things were taken. And I was like, oh, okay. I just wasn't expecting that. Like, so I was expecting more of not a comedy, but just a lighter, kind of a goofballish kind of like, I'm going to be a rapper type story. And I was actually surprised in how serious they took certain scenes. To me, there's a great movie. There's a great movie in this movie, right? Like there is the potential for like in the hands of someone else. I think it could have been a really great movie. But I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna go back on that. I did enjoy it a lot more than I thought I would. Certainly.
And there's a bit of a like white savior there's a hint of white savior shit in this movie also.
With who? DJ Qualls?
Which I never picked up before. DJ Qualls and what's her name at the end of the movie? Like he made her the boss.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck off, Craig Brewer. Because it's a white dude that directed this movie, wrote and directed. I was like, all right, nigga, I see what you do.
Like it's funny. I don't know that I can see that about Taryn Manning's character. I didn't see that about DJ Qualls' character. He felt more like a like the reverse magical Negro kind of role, right? Like he shows up and is like, I can play a beat machine, and they're like, go ahead, white boy. And he's like, I can make it happen, right? And it was just like, it was like right this way, like, you know, like I'm taking you to promised land type of shit. And that was a little weird to me, but it didn't feel like a savior role. It was like, oh, this is, you know, the Legend of Bagger Vance in reverse. And then, you know, it's like that's kind of how he felt to me. So I guess I didn't see it that way. I agree with Micah. The best parts of it are the music making scenes. Like they're by far the best parts.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Those are actually pretty fun. And just the idea of sort of building something out of nothing, right? Like them taking like doors and hammering them across walls and stuff to like cut sound and stuff like that. As I look at my like completely like oddly rigged studio that you cannot see behind me, right? Like, so I can kind of respect, I respect the work of what that takes to just try to make something work and try to make it sound the way you want it. I don't know what other songs were out for original song the year that this came out.
Two other songs were
fine.
nominated.
Okay, what were the other songs?
In the Deep from Crash, and Traveling Through from Transamerica. So,
all right, not a lot of competition.
Look, look. I'm not even mad about the song winning, but I think it's wonderful actually. Like it's not my type of music.
It's a fine song. It's fine. I was just curious as to what else.
Seeing them three niggas up on that stage getting that award in front of like I loved it because like I remember back to when like the first ever Academy Award winner was Hattie McDaniels, and they wouldn't even let her in the building, right? Yeah. They wouldn't even let her in the fucking building to get the award. So seeing these three dudes up on that stage, I good. This is right. We here.
Yeah,
I just wish it was for a better fucking movie.
It is wild to think that 3 6 Mafia is an Academy Award winning musicians, but good for them. I'm not mad at it. It's not like the Yin Yang Twins won. Like that would be crazy. So, like I like some Yin Yang Twins songs too. They're fucking stupid, but I like them. Yeah. So, the movie, all in all, it worked for me. I will happily admit. All right,
yo, so they performed it at the Oscars, yo. They performed it at the Oscars.
Yeah. So that's a wild niggerish moment.
I fucking love it.
So that's a wild niggerish moment. Like, look.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, that's fine.
To prepare for the role, Terrence Howard interviewed 123 pimps and 78 prostitutes over two and a half years. He lived with 4 pimps, including a month-long stint in Memphis. In a Memphis brothel.
Was that really necessary? Or did this nigga just want to stay in a brothel? Like,
I'm thinking like, no, nigga. I don't think you needed to interview 128 pimps, however many you just said.
Craig Brewer, writer-director, added several touches from his personal life to the script. His wife worked at a strip club, then got pregnant. He had to turn off the air conditioning to edit or the fuse boxes would blow. He actually saw a black pimp and a white prostitute with braids in a car trying to hustle up some business near a local hotel. So,
All right, Craig Brewer slept with a
still alive.
prostitute, yo. Like, nah, yo, Craig Brewer slept with that prostitute. I'm like, what kind of story is that? I saw a prostitute. Congratulations,
Right.
nigga.
He was that
motherfucker.
he was that motherfucker that drove. He was that motherfucker that drove up to the black prostitute
In
with
the red
white
car
girl
in the
with the
beginning.
braid.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, that's him.
Knock it off.
That's him. That's him. I don't know if that's him, but that's him.
Like, I'm adding something to the story. Yeah, your personal experience. Yo. Like, all right, knock it off. He's like, I used to run a music store. I had very expensive microphones. Yada, yada, yada. I'm making this movie. Like, all right, okay, Craig. Knock it off. So there's look, I'm not a fan of pimps. What a wild statement. But like, I also, look, there's Craig Brewer right there. 2 minutes and 52 seconds in. So like the whole like pimp speak, like the sort of like what I can only describe as rigmarole, like that sort of thing. I don't care for it. I don't like it. I don't like being. I'm not a fan of like double speak. Like I don't like it. You're not saying anything. You're not competing with who you think you're competing with. You're not doing anything. Knock it off. So it's like it's a little jarring in the beginning because I'm like, wow, I already hate Terrence Howard's character. Like I thoroughly hate this character already. Where he's like talking about like we man, but not like men and women, but like mankind. And see, we like dogs, but like men like dogs because like they like to piss on stuff and get a little tail. I'm like, all right, yo, whatever you think you're saying, you're not saying anything, and it's irritating the shit out of me. Just make one coherent sentence. And basically he's just like, it feels like he's just filling time. And then Craig Brewer drives up and he's like, yeah, go fuck that guy for cash. That's my review of the first 3 minutes of this movie.
Yeah, that's what they like. They a bunch of slick talkers. But they do it in like a sing-songy, like they fucking rhyme words, and I guess it's just the same shit they did in what's the old school movie? With
Return of the Mac, or the Mac,
the Mac, and all those
people got mad.
That's how they talk.
Oh, nigga, I had to turn the comments off. Niggas was like just going crazy. Like, relax.
But yeah, when I hear somebody talking, like I'm like exactly the same way. I'm like, all right, nigga, I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, it doesn't
like,
work
it
on
sounds
me.
cool, but like I'm not a teenager. Or like
mind tricks don't work on you. Only money.
Very good. See, very smart. Yeah, like I'm not a fan of it. I always found like the whole idea of pimping to just be, just ridiculous. Like you go and get yourself dealt with by all these strange men, and then you bring your money back to me. I guess I provide protection and like a home or whatever, but also if I get mad, I just beat the shit out of you anyway. Like it's a very weird situation. I get it that young women who are wayward often get duped by this type of shit. Like I understand that, but it's kind of sad. It really is.
It's very sad. It's fucked up. Yeah, I don't get it. Like I understand it, but I just don't get it. I don't know how you get caught up in it as a woman. Like, I guess you have to be, but even sometimes, like, they don't even be that young. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't understand that mindset.
I guess maybe
it's almost like a cult leader. I guess.
Yeah,
cult leaders do the same shit.
Yeah, and there's probably something to like prostitutes who have experienced abuse or grown up in abusive homes and things like that, and they're used to this sort of like weird abusive father figure. Like I bet there is a lot of correlation between those two kind of things. So it does in fact make sense from that perspective. I just intellectually I agree with you. Like intellectually I can't imagine why someone would want to get into that relationship. But if you come from a fucked up background, I guess it makes sense. It seems normal to you. So we see Taryn Manning's character, Nola, who is She goes and sleeps with this. She gets in the car with this guy, this Craig Brewer type guy, and sleeps with him. Then we see Nola and DJ, played by Terrence Howard. They head to this local bar where DJ talks to what's his face, Isaac Hayes. And Isaac Hayes is like, I don't remember Isaac Hayes' character's name, but he's like, listen, hey, remember that like famous Memphis rapper played by Ludacris, Skinny Black, who you remember him? He used to be around here. Well, like, he's made it big, and he's coming back to Memphis to hang out next week, and used to be able to get us this like top notch weed instead of all this like shit weed that we get in Memphis. Can you get more of that? You bring that to him, like you'd be able to hang out with him, type of shit. And so DJ sees this as an opportunity to like kind of roll big for a bit, right? Like he hasn't even thought about like the whole rap thing, but just kind of be in company with somebody who's semi-famous. And because he's kind of a loser, that seems really appealing to him. We then see DJ head over to a local strip club. And it's not a nice strip club because they got a bucket catching water from the rain in the club. Which, I mean, that's not a good look.
It's Memphis. It's Memphis. Like, is there anything nice in Memphis, Tennessee?
Isn't Cam from Memphis?
I don't know.
He's from Tennessee, right?
I mean,
He's from Tennessee.
He a
something like that. I don't know.
He a shitbird. He's probably from Tennessee. Relax if you're from Tennessee. We're just kidding. You don't need to send us 50 messages.
Yeah,
about
relax. We're from Baltimore. We're from Baltimore.
Right.
Like, shut up.
Like we live in a giant
joke,
glass. Yeah, we live in a giant glass house. A giant glass house riddled in bullets.
Anyway,
I mean, I don't
like,
live there no more.
Like, I don't know. I've never been to Memphis. Yeah. So I don't. It looks like a time capsule. Like, it looks like nothing has changed in like 40 years. Every time I see it in a movie.
Yeah.
Do they have like a metropolitan area in Memphis anywhere? I've never seen it.
Yo, we're gonna get so many fucking memes. They're like, yo, fuck you, nigga. Like, yo, again,
that is fine.
We're from Baltimore.
That's fine.
Now. Like, relax, relax.
I'm speaking from a place of ignorance, guys. So if you do have one, like,
can you send us a screenshot?
Yeah, send me a screenshot of what Memphis looks like with people that aren't living in fucking hovels. I'm sorry. Like, that's what every time I see a movie from Memphis, that's what they living in, like buildings with no electricity and shit. It's weird, man.
Yeah.
They making y'all city look like shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it would be like if every time they went to Memphis in a movie, it was in sepia. Like, it would be ridiculous. Right? That's how you show poverty in a movie. Just everything is in sepia. So
I'm just looking at pictures of Memphis. There's a city in there somewhere. I'm looking at it now.
I mean, Memphis.
Yo,
is a
why is the Luxor in Memphis, yo? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is that pyramid, yo? Like, what the fuck? I see one picture of Memphis. It's got a pyramid, and then another picture of Memphis. It looks like the back lot, but like all dressed up in neon. Like if Vegas was a back lot. Like it.
Oh, it's where Thor was made. That's where they made the first Thor movie. That was in Memphis.
Oh, Beale Street is in Memphis. Okay, all right. You know what? I take that back. It looks very nice. Like, I see like a main street pictures. It looks like a nice little town when you're not living in like.
Are these as tall as the buildings get? And
20 square miles.
You guys are terrible people.
Look,
I'm the nice one right now.
I'm the realist because I've never been and I've never seen.
And Memphis looks wonderful.
Right, it looks really nice in these pictures.
Right, this two-face ass nigga tell you he loves your town. Like, he ain't worth nothing.
It look real nice in these pictures.
Mike is like, I would move there. Like, no, you wouldn't.
I stand corrected. Riverboats, Hard Rock Cafe. Okay. BB Kings.
Nope. I don't trust the place that's got riverboats, man. I don't trust the place that's got riverboats.
I mean, that's
every time I see a riverboat, I feel like I got to do a fucking like a quest from a video game on it. Like, it's weird. I do a lot of quests on riverboats in video games.
Very
Anyway,
strange.
we got off.
So DJ goes to see one of his girls, played by what's her face?
Paula Jai Parker.
Right. And she's a stripper. They go to this nice strip club. And he kind of pulls her off of this guy, and he's like, look, he calls her like skank at one point, which is a terrible term. So he basically is like, look, you making money there, like you don't have to be like she doesn't do hooking, but all her money that she makes is from the strip club. And like, look, so he's like diversifying his money. Like he's got prostitutes, he's got strippers, and then he proceeds to get into an altercation with a homeless man about a Casio keyboard. I'm not making that up. That actually happens in the movie. I know that sounds silly. A homeless man comes and knocks on his window. He ends up scaring DJ. So DJ gets out of the car and he's like about to fight him or whatever. And then the guy's like, whoa. Got this Casio keyboard. Like, you trying to buy this shit? Like, fuck with me, DJ. Come on now. Come on. And so DJ, like any other guy with no money, offers him quite literally 25 cents. He was like, I'll give you a quarter for this. And the guy's like, nah, man, I get that more at a pawn shop. He's like, all right, go to the fucking pawn shop. Get your fingerprints taken. Go ahead. Like, and he was like, come on, man. Like, help me out. So he eventually buys the Casio keyboard or whatever off of him. And he starts to kind of have this, like, he starts kind of reminiscing about like enjoying music, like loving music or whatever. We then see DJ head back to his house. It's a lovely mansion on the north side of Memphis. And he's there with his bottom bitch, played by Taraji P. Henson, and his other two women. And Taraji's pregnant, and then Paula Jai Parker has a son, and they all live in this palatial home, as they are sort of struggling to make it, right? They see on TV Slim Black, or Skinny Black, rather. Skinny Black. He's on TV, of course, played by Ludacris. And so he's just like, he's the local guy who made it, right? And so that kind of inspires DJ to be like, to get back into his music. And, he says, oh yeah, I knew him. He went to a different high school than me. But we used to both like play music and everything else. So like he has that connection with Skinny. And so he takes his little Casio keyboard and he goes into the room to try to like work out something. I have a hard time seeing Ludacris taken seriously as like a hardcore rapper. Like I just find that to be funny in this movie. Like it's a wild casting. But I
have a hard time. I have a hard time taking Ludacris seriously because he hasn't quite reached the acting heights that he would in the Fast and Furious franchise.
That feels like that feels like a double blade, like because he's not tall either. Which,
it is. It quite literally is a backhanded compliment. Yes.
Yeah, like come on, man.
But you know what? No, he is finding his footing when it comes to acting in this role. I actually like him in the Fast and Furious.
He's not bad. And he's actually not that bad in this role.
Yeah, he's one of the brighter spots. Like he's got good comedic timing. I mean, that's always been true even in his music, right? Like he's always had that.
He's not being funny here. He's being too hard, right?
Yeah, and it's like I'm having a real hard time buying you. Like, shouldn't you have like a giant head? Like, isn't that?
But one of your videos? But I guess that's kind of the point of this character. Maybe that's kind of the point, right? Like this character is not supposed to be as hard as he is. That's why he like up and left Memphis and was just like, I never looking back, right? Like,
yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Smart. I'm trying to
get you gotta get out of the streets, yo. Like you make it, you gotta get the fuck out of the streets. Like, don't do that. That's how what's the name got killed? The dude from what is it? what's that group? The Migos. Like, yo, you hanging with niggas. You hanging with niggas that you used to hang with when you were broke. Like, that's not a good idea. Like,
they were at like a party though. Like
yeah, but like
this shit.
Right, but I'm saying like the same caliber of people. Like, nah, yo, you were like a multiple millionaire. Like you gotta go.
Yeah, you know who John Morant is?
I've heard the name.
Do you know who John Morant? John Morant was a basketball player. I believe he played for the Memphis Grizzlies. Did he play for the Memphis Grizzlies? I don't know. But this dude was supposed to be like the next big thing. But god damn it, he can't help but flash guns around with his niggas that he grew up with.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, yo. Like, I get it. You don't want to feel like you've changed or whatever. I get it. Yeah. But at the same time, like
that's not his upbringing. That's the problem. He ain't grew up around that shit.
Oh, that's right. That would be like me going around like flashing guns and shit.
Right. No, that would be like me, which is even more somehow even though we grew up in roughly the same thing, somehow it would be even more ridiculous if I did it. Like, yeah, nigga, what's up? Like, no, not ever. That's silly.
Yeah, so I don't get it. Like, he's a young kid, but like, don't do stupid shit now.
I will never forget.
Why isn't no one telling you like to not do stupid dumb shit like that? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, you don't.
But they did tell him he should not listen.
Yeah, I'll never forget the meme of him, and it was like every time Jay Morant like walks out the house, and then they played a clip of Lawrence Fishburne from John Wick was like, "Get that man a gun." It's like, yeah, that's about right. They're like, yo, please stop. Yo, just stop getting online with guns. It's just dumb. How many times are you gonna get caught?
Twice. Like, well, if you're gonna do it, don't put yourself on Instagram Live, yo. Yo, these kids are stupid. They're really dumb. Yo.
Not streaming your crimes,
not filming your crimes, man.
Yeah, that is a lesson you can learn from old school rap. Don't do that.
I blame Memphis. He played for the Grizzlies. Apparently, if you spend enough time in Memphis, you just do dumb shit. Take a joke. Take a joke. Take a joke.
They're gonna be
we live in Baltimore.
Right. All right. We got damn near 350 murders a year in Baltimore. We take a joke.
Yeah, I mean that was a damn near.
And there's only 600,000 people in this goddamn city.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that's absolutely fucking ridiculous. So at a certain point, we see, DJ. He takes Taraji P. Paula Jai Parker's son into his little room where he's got his little Casio keyboard and a scale to measure drugs. And so it's just, that's what's there. Weird. And the kid's crying. And, you know, DJ is a loving father-like figure. He says such warm things as, like, cut them goddamn tears. The baby is, like, 1.5.
If that.
Stop crying. Cut them goddamn tears out. Come on, man. Cut them goddamn tears out. You know, loving father, things like that. And the kid, you know, he was like, all right, bet. Like, you know, the kid's from the streets now.
He said, you can't cry. You can't be crying around like no bitch.
Yeah, his baby's 1 year old.
That's hilarious, yo. Telling a 1-year-old to stop crying like a bitch is very funny.
Yeah. You got to wait till they're 4 before you can start saying that.
Yeah, so they can understand it. Don't be stupid.
Right.
You're just wasting time at that point. So he starts playing music for the kid, and then Paula Jai Parker comes in, takes the baby, and of course the baby starts crying because the baby's like, "Yo, that Casio beat was hitting." So baby's all mad. So he's sitting there, he's wondering if what he's even bothering doing makes a difference. Cut to back in the car. He's pimping Nola's character again. This dude rolls up, then kind of rolls away, and then rolls back up. And he's like, I guess I'll have sex with her for $40. And you know, she does her thing. Got to tell you, man, I do not understand sleeping with street prostitutes. I do not get it.
$40?
Nah, yo, like
look, no offense to this woman. Taryn Manning. Okay, no offense to her, yo. I am repulsed by her. Like there is no. I mean, I'm not even talking about just this movie. Like, I just don't.
Yeah, she's an Orange is the New Black. She does absolutely nothing for me.
Oh no. She was in Karen.
Yeah, I don't
remember?
find
that was one of your favorite movies.
Yeah,
of all time? That's Karen.
I don't think I was on that episode.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I don't see the appeal. Even if you're like about to pay for a prostitute, I don't see the appeal.
Like, right? At what point is masturbation just off the table? Like really, yo. Yo, look at it. All right, yo. All right.
It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. She also always looks like she doesn't have any teeth.
My hand will work just fine. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It couldn't be me. It just couldn't be me. I don't understand how people have sex with street prostitutes. Like, that's crazy to me. Then, like, some of them have unprotected sex with a street prostitute. I'm like, you got a death wish. Like, get the fuck out of here. Your dick is gonna fall off. So they go to this like corner store, bodega type thing, whatever they call them down in Memphis, and DJ is like buying some of the top quality weed that he had gotten before in a couple of days for Skinny Black. He runs into Anthony Anderson's character, who he's like, "Hey man, yeah, I remember you used to, we used to go to school together, what have you been up to and all this other stuff." And they kind of reminiscing, catching up, and he goes, "Yeah, what do you do?" Because Anthony Anderson is buying batteries for his microphone. This is one of the most annoying parts of this movie because I'm like, just buy an XLR microphone. Right? They don't need batteries, my nigga. Like, they don't. Like, y'all got all this other equipment. Why are you buying these shitty microphones? Does Amazon not exist? That's my bias. And so he's like, I'm getting these batteries from a microphone. And he's like, "Microphone? What do you do?" And then it cuts to Anthony Anderson. I thought it was going to show him in the studio, but no, it's in church, where people are singing and doing religious gospel music, which is my least favorite music in all of the world. It is. I'm not religious. I don't want to hear about everybody singing about one dude, yo. You sing about one dude, yo. I get it. Like, I get it. Sing about somebody else, yo. There's nobody else to sing about. Like, I don't care. I just don't like gospel music. I just don't.
You don't even like Shackles? You don't even like Shackles?
I don't know.
Everybody like Shackles.
Is that an
Get
old
the shackles off my feet so I can dance? You don't like that?
I don't know that.
Mary Mary? Is that Mary Mary?
Yeah, that's Mary Mary.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I gotta agree with Jay. I don't really.
See,
I'm sorry. I don't. I never have.
No, yo, like
screaming into the microphone, Jesus all the fucking time. I don't give a fuck about that, nigga. Like, I don't care, like, what the hell? Like, that's literally all they talk about. I'm like, how many songs can you make about Jesus?
It's the same.
A lot, apparently.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
But
and most old school gospel music is boring. I got to tell you. Look, I love you, Kev, on stage. I really do. I think you're hilarious. But no, gospel music is not for me. Like, this is not for me. It's not for me. And like they're listening to this woman sing. She can sing. Like
the one thing about church is, like, if you can sing in church, you got a voice. And I love hearing people sing. It's just not about that.
Yeah, sing about something else.
That's it.
Sing about
like if you come from church,
things that'll help people, like getting people a job. The real progress. No, I'm just being a dick. But no, they listen to this choir sing, and this black woman leading the choir, and she can sing her ass off. She can, like, quite legitimately. And look, the music is so good, it makes a guy who pimps women all day cry. Which I guess I'm supposed to feel something about that, but like, you force women to have sex for money. And you don't even
it's
do
hard for me to
nothing.
feel anything for this guy.
I don't
Like,
get it.
I don't
That's
feel
what
any
I'm
type of
saying.
sympathy for this nigga.
Like I'm glad you're feeling the spirit. Did the spirit tell you to maybe stop exploiting women for dollars? No, weird. All right, next
Like,
up.
I don't need all my movie protagonists to be lawful good, but like, I gotta like them, you know. Like, and I don't.
You don't
I
like this character?
this dude, man.
You don't like the
No,
character?
I don't like him.
I
I don't like his character because he doesn't know how math works.
No, this is a character. This character does understand that. What was it two times one is two, something like that.
He said 1 times 1 equals 2 or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, he just he said that shit
crazy?
one time. One time said it. He said it was 2. No, nigga, it's not. Yeah, all right, yo.
But this was pre math genius Terrence Howard. This is 18 years ago.
No, he's always something stupid like that. You've always had those thoughts. You've always had those thoughts. That you don't just learn to unlearn math. You always think like that. Fuck that.
Well,
dumbass.
I mean, it's sad that you're just using the white man's math, but whatever. Like that's how you want to live your life, dog. Like that's how you want to live it. Sad, really. You need to open the flower of mathematics. So we come to find out Taraji P. Henson is she's trying to hold it down for him, right? Like because that's his bottom bitch. Again, phrasing I don't care for personally, because I'm just not a fan of it. But she's trying to hold it down while he's kind of having this this crisis of what is he supposed to do with his life, right? I can't be pimping these bitches forever. Like, I mean, you could stop doing that now. We see Anthony Anderson's character. He's a good Christian man, right? He's got his wife. She is supportive, and she makes him dinner, which I guess is the definitive way of showing a woman who supports you in a movie.
That thing was actually kind of fun. He's at the dinner table listening to her talk. I don't know, like, okay,
yeah, that's married life sometimes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Word.
How was your day?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your day. Let's talk about it.
Don't care. But you can't say that.
Yeah.
All right? You can't say that.
Exactly. You tell people what they want to hear in hopes that they shut the hell up.
To quote a great man, I don't care about your dreams. Like, I don't. So while he's sitting at the dinner table, there's a knock at the door, and Anthony Anderson's character, or Clyde, goes to the door to find out who it is, and it turns out it's a pimp and a few of his hoes. Which is not a good look for a married man to open the door and those are the people being like, hey, can Clyde come out to play? Get the fuck off my stoop. Before I get murdered in here by my wife. Like, knock it off. Hey, man, I'm just here with these 2 hoes. Me, you, and these 2 hoes. We're going to go hang out. Like, nah, yo. We not. So DJ's there. He's like, listen, I need to talk to you, man. Like, that music today inspired me and, like, I want to make music. And if you could come over and like show you what I have and everything else, like, come on, man, you got to help me out. I'm trying to get out these streets. So Clyde eventually agrees to do it. The 2 hoes are sitting in Clyde's living room talking to his wife, doing their hoe shit, like stanking up this good Christian family's house and looking trashy. So. They're doing a pretty good job of that. So eventually they leave, and there's sort of a montage where they are setting up the studio, so like in DJ's house, so they can do their music thing, right? Like Clyde is inspired by the little bit that DJ did for him at his house on his little Casio keyboard. I mean, again, like this idea of building something from nothing is the most interesting part of this story, right? Like they get a little bit of money, they buy a new keyboard. They get a little bit of money, they buy microphones, or like they build multi-level things for their equipment out of like a spiral staircase and shit like that. They tack doors up inside the house and cup holders to deaden the sound and everything else. Like I can respect that, and it's kind of cool to know that like a lot of rap artists, especially, kind of came from that sort of situation, just like making their own shit. At least earlier, in the time of rap, probably not so much now, but that they did those things, right? That sadly is, I think, kind of missing in music. It's like I feel like people get a look, and then they just kind of go to a studio, and then people are like, "Yeah, sure, we could sell you." And you get a bunch of shitty,
they call
mediocre
those
music.
industry plants.
Yeah, I mean that's
the entire industry nothing but plants at this point because they all fucking suck. Like, not all of them, but like everybody that's mainstream is kind of trash. I'm sorry. Again, we're old. It's fine. I don't get it. I don't understand Sexy Red's stardom. I don't understand Ice Spice stardom.
Okay, that's who I was going with next. I don't get it, but I can also name a bunch of male rappers I don't get either. Like, sorry,
I don't get 90% of them niggas. They all sound the goddamn same. I couldn't tell you little pistol starter or whatever. Yeah. Fuck, what was that joke? Fucking I don't know. I don't know none of these niggas. They just it's all drill rap, and like hip hop has always been about like the streets. And a lot of these niggas are actually starting to live their raps. Like back in the day,
that's not
niggas was like selling drugs, and then they would stop selling drugs and start rapping. Like these niggas are going out shooting each other, like for real. Like when Biggie and Tupac died, that was a big deal.
Yeah, they woke everybody up, yo.
Right. Like these little niggas, these artists are like shooting each other left and right. They're just shooting each other. You hear about one getting killed every other month. I'm like, okay. I don't know if they were good or not because they didn't make it. They probably weren't. But like, they were still technically an artist. So, they got to calm down.
Yeah, and look, I know I'm sure we'll get comments about this. I do think I agree with you. I think there is a serious problem going on in hip hop. Like and there's been a number of people who are way more like tuned into that sort of world than we are to talk about it. But like, it is sad seeing how many young artists are getting killed. Like it's crazy, and not necessarily all the ones like I know, right? Like it was like Pop Smoke or whatever got shot a couple, like maybe a year or two ago, and I was like, I didn't really know who that was, but like the guy was like in his 20s, right? And it's just like
they're all in their 20s.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
That's the thing; they're all in like their early 20s, early to mid 20s. Some of them are teenagers. He got shot in his own house.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he was renting like a Airbnb. I don't know what it was. Yeah, he got shot in the house.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
what are y'all doing? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, and this is like a super old man thing to say. Like I think rap is too drugged out. Like I do. I think it's too drugged out. Like everybody is on so much, and not weed. Like I don't care about like weed. Weed had a very prominent role in many of the rappers I still love today. Like I'm not mad about weed, but there is a sense of like a lot of the heavier party drugs and shit like that is just so common now, where I'm just like, you guys sound like your brains are mush because your brains are mush. Like you gotta relax. Like the shit is wild to me. So I don't know. Again, I'm not a music expert. I don't pretend to be, but I am an old nigga who used to listen to hip hop, and I can't listen to it now because I can't understand half of you. Like and you all sound like you didn't graduate like 8th grade. Like it's really bothersome to me. Like it is. So it's like
they take Percocet.
Yo, please stop, yo.
Just to do it. Like you're not in pain. Like what are you taking Percocet?
But this is the most old man fucking take of all time, yo. Well, you should use it if you have back pain. I've got a slip disc.
Like, what are you using it for? It's stronger than fucking oxycodone.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, just popped a perk 30 or whatever the fuck that is. And like, just for nothing. Just because it makes me feel good. Is that what it is? I don't do drugs, guys. I don't know. I don't know how drugs work. I don't like taking drugs doctors prescribe to me, but I take it. But they just take it just because. And that's what they all sound like they do. Just take a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, it's just
and I don't understand half of the words that they're saying in their rhymes. And just young people get on my fucking nerves. Is basically what I'm saying. That's all. That's it. Because I don't understand. I don't understand them. Yo. I don't understand them. I don't get it. I don't understand how they like this goddamn. I don't get it. I hate it. I hate all of it.
And look, again, this is another take. This is for me. I wish that rap would be controlled by the East Coast and the West Coast again. I really do. Like, I really do. I miss it. I do. I can't stand just the same repetitive beats over and over again. I can't stand it. Like, this shit makes me want to turn it off. Like, look, the South, you had a good run. I think it's time let's just slow it down. Just slow it down. Let hip hop migrate its way back to the East and West Coast, please. Hopefully the East Coast more so. That's just my personal feelings on it. It sucks now. It sucks. You let the kids in the remedial class take over, and it's a fucking problem. It is. They're great Southern rappers. Not the ones doing it now.
Yeah, they are.
Not the ones doing it now.
They don't put no effort. The people that put all effort are the goddamn the producers.
Yeah,
because they just make the beats and everybody loves the fucking beats.
Right, and there are great producers. Like, I think the Migos, like, those guys individually are like decent rappers, but like as producers, they did some really good stuff. Like, I actually like the stuff that they produced. But like, I don't know, it feels like y'all just like throwing a rock at a mall and just be like, you could get a rap career. I'm like, what the fuck? Who is that nigga? Like, y'all made Blueface famous, yo. Like, knock it off. None of you deserve credit.
Is that the name of somebody? Blueface?
Yeah, he's one of Terrence's favorite rappers because he can't stay on beat. Like, he's terrible. He's terrible.
Hey, listen, when we finish this, listen to a Blueface. Listen to the only Blueface song that he ever made. He's a one-hit wonder, nigga, but like he made a lot of money off that one. Bust Down Tatiana or something like that.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, yeah, that's all. Like, it'll make you want to put a bullet in your fucking like sticks. Nah, yo, I don't.
This is the beat.
Get it.
This is the beat. This is him. Like, he can't catch it. He just can't. He cannot catch the fucking beat.
Like, it's kind of offensive.
I've never heard
it's really offensive that like he made money off of that track because like it's silly rap, you know.
That is.
They don't care about the actual art. That's the problem that I have with music now. Like, well, hip hop, like the music that I love. There's no artistic integrity.
There's very little of it.
It just don't exist.
Okay, I googled Blueface. I googled Blueface, and one of the first links was from TMZ, and the title of said link from 3 days ago: Blueface defends posting son's genitals. No, I'm not listening to nothing that he plays, guys. I'm not listening. I'm not listening to this. I'm not listening to it. Sorry.
I mean, in fairness to him, Micah, he defended it. He defended it.
What the fuck?
What the fuck kind of headline is that? Like, all right, cool. This nigga's the Tupac of y'all era. All right. He's not. In fairness to you, he's not.
And here's the thing: I'm not saying that there's no good music because there's a lot of it. But
of course there is.
The fact that I have to search for it is the part that really irritates me. Like, I don't understand why it's not at the forefront. Why is the cream not risen to the top? Like fucking Macho Man used to say. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Because it's not cream, Terrence. It's jizz.
Speaking of jizz, DJ's a pimp. And we get a scene of Anthony Anderson putting up a bunch of like cup holders from like your local fast food restaurant all over the room.
In the studio.
Yeah, like or like egg crates and shit like that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like a basement studio.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, the modern folks, such as myself, we get moving blankets with grommets, and you hang them on the wall, like the ones I have on my walls right now. They work wonderfully, and you don't have to use a staple gun. So Clyde invites his buddy DJ Qualls, who can play keyboard, and it's funny because like DJ's like, you know this motherfucker's white, like. Yeah, I know he's white. Or he goes, oh.
He was like, you Mormons, some brave motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, when he opened the door. That shit was funny. I mean, he did look like one. So, yeah, he's going to join the production team so that he can play the keyboard and also, like, the sound machines and shit like that. All right, I'm going to fast forward a lot because this is dragging like shit. We see Anthony Anderson having a conversation with DJ about like how his marriage is like he feels like it's falling apart because he had talked all this shit about how he was gonna he was gonna be this like big time producer and all this other shit, and now he's just trying to like make the rent type of shit, and but he's trying like, and so he's like, look, this has got to work, like we got to make this shit work. We see Paula Jai Parker, she gets pissed off and she starts trying to call out DJ for like not doing shit or whatever. And he's like, all right, like calling him a bitch and like, oh, all you do is drive me around and all this other shit to get my money. You my chauffeur. You ain't shit. Which doesn't feel like a thing you want to say to a pimp. But like her only way of connecting with him is through violence. So she's basically goading him so that he'll hit her. Right. And he grabs her by the throat and then he was like, nah, we're done. And then he just throws her out. And he does a thing that a real scumbag nigga would do, which is he kicks this woman out and then takes her son and put his little 1-year-old ass out on the curb with her. That did not go over well. And he was like, nah. Now talk some shit now. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, he threw all her shit out, threw her out, and then threw her little baby out. It's fucked up. She seems sad about it.
And I'm like, at this point, what am I supposed to feel? Like, at this part of the movie.
Yes.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, am I supposed to feel for this character? Am I supposed to feel for this woman who's being an asshole? I feel for the kid. But
Right.
and like this goes nowhere. This goes nowhere. It doesn't come back.
Right.
It doesn't. She doesn't get revenge or whatever. Right. Like it goes nowhere. So none of Paula Jai Parker's role needed to be in this movie. Now, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy looking at Paula Jai Parker.
Right. I mean,
Particularly in what she was wearing in this movie, right? But this is what I'm talking about. Like this whole ass character and bullshit sub story didn't need to be in this movie. This movie is too long. And all right, look. The group experiences setbacks throughout the creative process.
Yo, I love it. He just jumped to the Wikipedia.
DJ must hustle must hustle those around him in order to procure equipment and recording time. In particular, he offers Nola, his top prostitute, to a microphone salesman, and she is outraged afterward.
Yeah, this is a fucked up scene. He was like, "Yeah, you want to fuck this prostitute that I control?" And that guy was like, "I mean,
like not really." I'm like,
nah. This white dude was like
$500. Like it was $250 a fucking mic.
Nah. Look, I got to tell you, I would have been, if I was that white guy, I'd be like, okay, so I get the prostitute and you still owe me $278. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, nah, yo. This woman's not worth it.
She argues with him and is like, this is her character arc moment, right? Where she's like, I don't know what I want, but like you complaining about the shit that you got to do, nigga. Can you imagine the shit I got to do?
Right. She's like, I'm sucking old men's dicks for microphones. Like, yo, give me a little respect. Like nah.
She's like, I'm sucking dick for a fraction of $20. like, what the fuck, yo?
Nah, she give
Like,
all
this
that
is
money
not-
to him too. Like, nah, she don't keep no fraction, nothing. She gets,
And
he'd buy
it's-
her a hot dog if she lucky.
And it's, all right. So all Key's relationship with his wife becomes strained because
you skipped like 30 minutes.
he's look, I'm reading the Wikipedia, yo. I'm reading the Wikipedia. There's a lot of like, unless you want to talk about like the actual art, like your brother makes music, right? Like, do you? I'm assuming you've seen him or part of his creative process. Is that something? Does this movie kind of get that from what you can glean? Like, because like the most, like I said, the most interesting parts about this movie are like making beats, right? Like when they made that first beat out of just like noise, just like random off-putting noise, but they transformed it into music, right? Like that's interesting. I want to see more of that and less of like, go ahead and play with your toys, nigga. Don't throw me out, nigga. Fuck you though. You just my chauffeur. Oh shit. Like, where am I supposed to go? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we actually don't have to talk. I just thought we were going to talk about the part where they made the whoop that trick beat. That was pretty much it. But yeah, we don't have to actually talk about that. Because everybody knows that. That's what everybody knows from this movie. Whoop that trick.
I told you that.
And I think the other song is the better song, honestly. Because Whoop That Trick is the crunk song, right? That's the song that you get crunk in the club. But the other song, the second song, where she's singing the
it's hard out there for a pimp.
The Oscar award-winning song.
Yeah.
No, there's another one, right?
There are three songs.
But she sings the hook.
There are three songs.
Originally,
The second one,
Pimp.
That's the second
song. Then there's
song.
one last one. And I think
that's
is
the one that
song,
he's like,
me personally.
Yeah, the one where he's like, I put my heart into this song.
Yeah.
That's the best song.
Yeah,
to me.
Yeah,
in the whole movie, but because there was actually like lyrical content to it. I'm not going to say the lyrics were great, but like it actually meant something. Right. But like It's Hard to Have for a Pimp was the more catchy song, so that one won the Oscar. Which, all right, fine. But yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Like you just fuck around with the shit until you find something. Now sampling is the best part. Like if you sample some shit, like finding samples from old school shit and then like twisting it.
I love that shit, man.
That to me is what made rap what it is. That's what made
I remember Jay and I went to a film festival and we saw this movie that I think Ninth Wonder produced, or he starred in it. I don't know if he produced it or what, but he would go around and he would it was like a class that he was teaching about music, and he would just play. Go ahead.
So it's a Ninth Wonder documentary where he was a doctoral student at Harvard. It's a really fucking fascinating documentary. It's called The Wonder Year, by the way.
And he would, it's really good. And he would play this, like he would play music that had samples to it, and he would like ask the class, like, hey, do could you recognize this? And then he would break the music down. He would break down the sample, and he would play the actual sample that, the source, and it would just blow people's minds, because it would be on like when you hear sampling, you think like, rap music, right? Like that's it. Right. But I remember he pulled one from an Alicia Keys song, and people were just like, "Oh my god! Like I can't believe she sampled that!" Like it's like that part about music is so interesting, and that is the best part of this movie. And I don't know. I think I just need to watch that documentary again.
Look again. That documentary is called The Wonder Year. It's only like 80 minutes. It's very, very good. And that's interesting. Like at that film festival, we saw one of the most disgusting movies I've ever seen. That South Korean movie, if you remember, Micah.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was
movie.
fucking wild.
Yeah, I remember.
But yeah, like that idea. I mean, Ninth Wonder is an actual musical genius, incidentally, in my opinion. But you know, like seeing that, I remember like. Was it Kendrick Lamar's like last album or is the album before that? He probably does it with all of them. They release like a playlist of all of the songs that are sampled throughout the entire album. So you actually go back and hear like all this other stuff. Like, and it's always like super old school shit, like from the early 60s. It's like a song that's like the back of the crates type of shit. Like you would never have picked it. And that kind of stuff is interesting. Like actually, and not to harp on like modern music, I don't mean to sound super old, but like I like that rap started sort of like creating its own shit, and like Southern rap definitely did, creating its own beats and stuff like that. But when you lost sampling as a major part of rap, it loses something. Like it loses that particular type of creativity to take something and remix it and make it almost completely new, like true sampling. You lost something in hip hop to me, and I don't know if we'll ever get that back. But like that's why I actually like hearing stuff by artists sort of on the East Coast because they still do samplings. But a lot of major mainstream stuff is arguably it's like reggae beats. There's like 6 of them, and they just keep playing them over and over and over again. I mean, they do. Like that's what it sounds like to me. Maybe that's not fair. I don't know. Again, not an expert. But that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, but like the idea of watching them make music and shit like that is dope. Like it just looks and it plays very well. It's shot very well too. And look, I think Terrence Howard does a pretty good job of like pretending to be a rapper. It's not bad. Like it's clearly not him the whole time in certain parts. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Like everybody seems like they're having fun in those scenes. And Taraji P. Henson looks like a young woman who is seeing someone for the first time like perform magic. She's like, oh, it's so amazing.
I don't know. Her role. I was just like, yep. Okay.
Smile more, God damn it. Why are you so sad?
Are you okay? Oh, it's not okay. She's pregnant and living in this is fucked up situation. But I'm like,
hovel.
Yes. It seems like she's got like a 3rd grade education. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
No, but I think she kind of does.
I think it's possible she may have one, but I'm like, I made a really, I don't know.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
Like,
you have seen her in so many things where this just feels below her inability. I think that's what it is. Right? Like,
maybe since then, yeah, because this was what 18 years ago. It was like 4 years removed from Baby Boy. I don't know how much she had been in prior to, like between then and now. Between then and that was 2001 for Baby Boy. This was 2005. Right. So yeah, that may be it.
But we've seen her grow up.
Maybe this is just her showing her range. You know what I mean? Like you believe that this character is an idiot. Right, but Taraji P. Henson, but Taraji P. Henson is no dummy, right? Like, there was a time when I thought she was kind of being typecast as like the,
sassy black
successful
woman.
Sassy woman, yeah, like the uber successful sassy woman. Let me hit you with the headline, boo, right? Like that type of character, a little too much. So yeah, this just shows that she's got more range than I think most people give her credit for.
I didn't think she was a very good actress at first. I really didn't, and I've been happily proven very wrong over the course of her career. So it's actually been nice to see.
Did she get nominated for a Golden Globe or an Oscar for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
I've never seen that movie. I've never seen that movie. I'm not watching Brad Pitt become a baby. Knock it off. I'm not. Again, that's my summary of that movie. Brad Pitt becomes a baby. An old baby. Stupid. So look, right before he's off to like make his big impression on Skinny Black, and and Taraji gives him like a gold chain with his name on it that kind of looks like it's made of tin, but whatever. It's a prop. He runs back in the house and he gives his bottom bitch a good old tonguing down, and it's uncomfortable for me. I don't It's like, all right. We got it. This is damn near that Tubi video fucking Terrence sent us. Like, all right, relax. Those people were really fucking in that movie. Like they were. Like, knock it off. So then we cut to the party. Skinny Black is there. And he's having this conversation with all these people. Like, he's a popular big man on campus type of shit. And he kind of clowns DJ at first, and then DJ like gives him the weed, and he's like, "Nah, it's on me. Like, it's on me. You know, 'cause you were so nice." Like, he's just kind of, trying to, be a dick to him back a little bit. And the guy's like, "Nah, all right. Like, yeah, calm, sit down. Like, you get to hang with us." And like they have a good time or whatever. And basically the entire night, DJ pimps Skinny Black, right? Like he double speaks his ass all the way into getting super, super drunk and super trusting of him, and they're best friends type of shit. And he calls him out for like going Hollywood and now like you need to come back home and do your shit that you used to do and all this other stuff. Like, so he's trashing the guy. He's like negging him and then using that as a method to kind of pull him in. Like, it's actually a good scene of somebody just kind of using psychological warfare to break down this guy's like ego and shit. And look, I give Terrence Howard a lot of credit in this scene. It's actually pretty well done. I hate Ludacris in this role. Like, I don't like the idea of Ludacris like playing a super hardcore person. It seems very silly to me. It just does.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe I don't remember feeling that way when I first saw it, but seeing him do like all the other things that he's done, you're right. Silly is, I think, the right word.
Yeah, it's just
especially when he's drunk.
Like you're ludicrous.
Especially in the next scene where he's drunk and like, pissy, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're not. This acting ain't.
It ain't the best.
This ain't it, man. This ain't it.
You bet in this. So they get super drunk, as Michael was saying, and then Ludacris is like, "No, I gotta go take a piss." And right before he goes, DJ gives him his tape, and he's like, "Yeah, you and me the same, man. Like, from the same streets and all this other shit." And he gives him his demo tape, right? Like, he'd been working up all night to finally like pimp this guy and get him into a situation that he could pass the demo tape. And he does. And he goes in the bathroom, and Skinny Black is like passed out. He's sitting on the ground, mumbling to himself and all this other shit. And so he helps him out, and he's like gonna help hold the scepter as it was coined on Secession. And no, I don't care if you piss your pants, yo. Like,
yeah, you just have to piss yourself. That's weird. Like,
I'm
just
not
piss
picking
yourself.
you up.
Yeah.
Look,
Right.
I might even help you up. I'm not unzipping your pants and grabbing your dick.
No. Did I help you down? Did I help you down?
Like, I'm not
I'm not helping you up.
I mean, in fairness, Ludacris is what? $115, $125. Like, he don't weigh nothing. He's like,
oh, it ain't. Am I physically capable of doing it? No. Get up. I won't even pick my son up if he falls. You think I'm gonna pick up Ludacris? Get up.
Nah, I'm not picking this nigga. We're like, yo, you good?
You
My
good.
nigga? Let me get you some water, like, just so you can sober up. First of all, you're on the fucking bathroom floor.
Yeah.
Ew. Like, I'm not picking
That
I don't
part I
know.
agree with. Yuck.
Gross.
In the words of Jerry, In the words of Jerome Seinfeld, my shoelace came untied in the bathroom, in the public bathroom, so I just threw them away.
So that's the end of that.
Yeah, so yeah, it's so he tries to help him up. He does help him up, and then he notices that Skinny Black threw his demo tape in the toilet. Like he wasn't even he was sober enough to disrespect him. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, that. I don't take too kindly to disrespect, and I'm also not picking the damn demo tape out of the toilet.
We cut a new one.
It's just cut a new one. I got another one. I got a bunch of them. I'm fine.
I got to tell you though, I'd have punched that nigga for that. Like he's drunk.
Yeah. I gotta fuck you up. Like fuck out of here. Like that's mad disrespectful. Yo.
Yeah, he ain't gonna remember. Just beat him up a little bit and then walk the fuck out. Like, just bounce. Like, it's fine. It's fine. He would have done the same thing. I get it. And so, yeah, DJ gets pissed and he's like, hey, man, did you do this? Like, what the fuck? Like, you disrespected me? And Ludacris is just sober enough to say those magical words. You can suck my dick, bitch. And so... not a thing niggas like to hear, especially when they're mad. So Terrence Howard does what he does best, which is shove a toilet tape into his mouth and then proceeds to beat the shit out of Ludacris. Yeah, no, that feels fair. And so Ludacris pulls out a gun, but of course Ludacris is way too drunk and weak to aim it properly, so he gets that taken from him. And in this scene, Terrence Howard is... his hair's all crazy. He looks wild. He kind of looks like, if you pause it, he kind of looks like Michael Jackson. It's kind of funny. So he proceeds to beat the shit out of Ludacris. I mean, he does. Like, he looks wild. He proceeds to beat the shit out of Ludacris, and then one of Ludacris's bodyguards walk in the bathroom, sees that Luda is all beat up and bloodied. And so he immediately pulls out a gun to shoot DJ. DJ shoots him in the arm. And then he grabs that guy and uses it as a human shield and starts shooting in the club. Like, this movie took a fucking turn to the left.
Right, I forgot about this part. Like, God damn, this is turning into fucking The Punisher. What's going on? Yo?
So he then, gets out of the club alive. And he jumps in his car. He drives home. And by the time he eventually gets home, the cops are waiting for him. He gets arrested. Everybody is screaming and shouting and shit. And they get DJ the fuck out of there. While he's talking to Taryn Manning's character, or Nola, he's like, hey, you in charge, take my lyrics and my tape, get to the radio station, all this other shit. And one of the dudes comes by and just fucking sucker punches the shit out of him.
Is that what Memphis cops do? Just let you take shit that fell out your pocket? Just let hey, you take this potential evidence and get it to the radio station. What? Nigga, no. I don't care how silky your hair is, man. Give me that fucking notepad.
It's crimes in there. Well, I mean, look, here's the thing. Memphis cops do as good of a job as people have done taking care of the city of Memphis. Not very good. So, again, we're from Baltimore. Take a joke. So at that point, we flash to DJ in
also,
jail.
all these cops are black. All these cops are black in Memphis.
Did you get them?
Every single cop is black. Nah, yo.
That's one more nigger off the street. All right.
Nah, yo. Ain't that many black people? I mean, look, that's probably why he got taken into custody and they tucked his head under and shit, because all the cops are black.
Yeah, they just slammed
If one of them was white, it'd be a bloodbath.
Yeah, well, that's very true, sadly. He's in jail. Clyde comes to visit him, tells him about, hey, here's Taraji's kid, which I guess maybe is your kid. I don't know.
No, it's not.
It's not? Okay.
No. He says so later on in this thing.
Oh, right. He says, Father, God knows where he is. So, he basically is like, listen, Clyde's like, he asks a legitimate question. He's like, hey, man, did you actually know Skinny Black before that night? And he's like, he basically tells the story like, yeah, I was lying. Sometimes you got to lie. Right? He's like,
sometimes you got to tell people what they want to hear for them to leave you alone.
Yeah, it's true. You're right, Micah. You're just like Terrence Howard in that way. That's your fucking
man. You are and that is a very mean thing to say.
That's my default. So if you haven't caught this by the end of this episode, we have Micah has determined that the three of us have roles, which is I'm the meanest one, Terrence is the realest one, and he's the two-faced one, which is about accurate. What is Tiara? What's Tiara? We have to come up with one. The absent one. Besides that.
The absentee parent.
Yeah.
The one that ain't gonna be there for you when you need him.
Sad. Really sad. So we find out that Nola actually did what she was told to do. And she went to all the radio stations and she put her hooker heels on and got in there and started fucking working that shit and got his music on the radio. And so the movie ends with, while he's in jail, yes, in 11 months he gets out and people are digging the track. So he may in fact make it after all. So
I can't. You let that white woman come up to me talking about, if that white woman comes up to me talking about, can you play this? I'm calling security. You don't look, that white, she does nothing for me, Like get away from me.
What if she's what if she discovered the next Paul Wall? You don't know that.
I don't know who Paul Wall is.
That's a lie. Yes, you do.
What? Yes,
no. I've heard the name Paul Wall. You put Paul Wall and Bubba Sparks next to each other, I would not be able to tell them apart.
I'm sorry. Are they not the same person?
Paul Wall, he's from Texas. He's from Texas. He's a white boy from Texas.
Yeah.
He's married to a black woman. He's been married for 18 years.
I mean, if Paul Wall was not married to a black woman, that would be one of the most surprising things I've ever heard. He ain't trying to marry no white woman.
See, I thought Paul Wall was fat, yo.
He used to be. He used to be. No, he used to be. No, I saw a recent picture of him. No, Paul Wall was also kind of fat.
Is Bubba Sparks still fat?
I don't know if he's still fat, but he was fat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Paul Wall was big.
Paul Wall looked like Paul.
Oh, I guess maybe not. Why did I think
Paul
Wall
looked like he was sitting sideways? That's the song that you would really know from.
Paul Wall looks like a Southern Andy Serkis, yo. Like I'm looking at this first picture. He looks like a fucking Southern Gollum, yo. Like he doesn't.
You know what? I guess I am. No. I guess I am mistaking him for Bubba Sparks. Yeah.
Yeah, Bubba. you bigot.
All y'all look alike to me.
When was the last time? I don't know. The last time I heard Bubba Sparks. God damn, that was a long fucking time ago.
I've never seen what Paul Wall looks like. Yeah, I thought Bubba Sparks and Paul Wall were like brothers or some shit. I don't know.
They might be. They might be from the same town. Who the fuck knows? All the white rappers are all from the same town, as far as I'm concerned.
All I know is Bubba Sparks looked like Jeremy. That's the only reason I associate anything with Bubba Sparks, because he looked like somebody I knew.
Paul Wall and Bubba Sparks.
He really does. That's fucking funny.
Wild. All right.
I thought Paul Wall was a little older than that. Goddamn. The hell? He look older.
Isn't he like in his 40s, almost 50 years old? Paul Wall?
He's 42.
He's 46. Oh yeah,
No,
Paul
Bubba
Wall.
Sparks
Paul Wall.
was
42.
42 years old. He's going gray early.
Yeah,
but
I've never heard a Paul Wall song before, yo. I've heard the name. That's it. I don't shit about music, guys. Maybe that's why I didn't like this. Maybe that's why I didn't like this movie.
Yeah, well, maybe if you were into Bubba Sparks more, you could have gotten it. Fucking loser. All right, that is it for us for episode 250. Hustle and Flow. Yeah, look, I enjoyed it more than I thought. Not blown away, but I did enjoy it. So there you go. I got to tick that one off my list. And now I'm going to go listen to some Paul Wall music. I don't know. Probably not. All right. That's it for us. We will see you guys next week with another preview episode.
See ya.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.